Just give me a second, guys. I got some technical difficulties. Be done in just a minute. All right. Yeah, I sent the link to the stream through Telegram. So before I could delete it, like 50 people got the link to actually get into the stream. So that's my bad, but I'm using a different computer trying to make the connection a little bit better. So let me know if you guys can let me know if it's better or something. All right, so let's get into this. Sorry, people. What is up, Kenneth, Patrick, Ed, Waka Chaka? I'm glad you can make it. All right, so let's go. All right, first thing I'm going to look at USD Jpy. The reason is because simply there's we got a lot of stuff going on. It's kind of interesting in the bonds and the everything else. So this is a weekly chart. You can see that we have come into an area that could absolutely act as a support zone. You can see that we have already got a bounce from there. And yeah, it's not a big bounce. So let's go into a daily chart real fast. All right, so there it is. You can see that's like almost a morning star candle, but it's not quite. But that's a pretty good bounce from there. And then if we go and check it out, the Treasury 10-year, you can see we're coming into an area there as well. Right there, 155, coming from this bearish candle right here. If the music's too loud, if there's any problems, make sure you let me know. What's up, Ajith, Patrick, Gannon, Robust Rockster? Thank you guys for showing up. Dave Bacon, Kenneth Moon. Yeah, instead of using Wi-Fi, I'm using an Ethernet. My other laptop doesn't have an actual port for an Ethernet cable. Unfortunately, that's the better computer. So, all right, that's good. Looks like I can figure this out after all. All right, but anyways, back to the TNX. You can see that it's coming into an area of possible resistance. Same with the DXY. Let me turn the music down just a bit. That is distracting me. All right. All right. All right. So here we go. You can see here that on the weekly chart, we're coming into this bullish candle right here at 92.235. We didn't quite touch it, but that's a pretty damn close touch. So we're looking like we could be finding an area for at the very minimum a bounce, a tradable bounce perhaps. And then right here, this is the US dollar index. The difference between this asset and the DXY is the DXY is more heavily weighted to the euro, and the pound and everything else has a less weighting to it. But the US dollar, this one right here, has 25% weighting across all majors. So it doesn't give more weighting to a specific currency. They're all equal. And I just like to kind of look at this asset every now and then to gauge real dollar strength or weakness. But there's an area it's coming into right there. So the best, in my opinion, the best asset to look at to possibly trade this, if it gives us a tradable bounce, will be the USD Jpy. Simply because, sorry about that, simply because it's a bit oversold or overbought. Let me fix this phone so it doesn't do that no more. It's a bit overbought. It's not like massively overbought. On a weekly, you can see it's just now coming into that range. And I don't like trying to pick tops, but you can definitely see that over a long period of time, this thing is definitely bearish more than it is bullish. It has had a bullish pop, but that's to be expected. Now it's saying I'm back on Wi-Fi, so that's strange. Anyways, all right. So that's a tradable bounce. That's what we're looking at. We're looking for that to roll over. The daily has got, I think I got a daily level over here right from that bullish candle. So a higher push could be, and we could get a higher push. I would much rather take a short from up here if I'm going to short it. I got to see that it's having trouble getting above resistance before I'm going to start looking for a short entry on it. But in my opinion, again, all the other USD pairs, this one looks the best. Also, I don't think that we're going to have any risk off. I mean, I know the S&P 500 and everybody's thinking that the markets are about to roll over, but it's just a bounce. I mean, it's just a pullback, a simple pullback. You can look at all the yen pairings and everything else, and you can essentially see that there is no risk off. So, for instance, the CH or the Swiss franc. Let's go look at the Swiss franc versus Japanese yen. So, well, no, let's not look at this one. Let's look at Euro Swiss. So you can see how weak this thing has been. It's been so weak that even though the euro is selling off with the dollar strength the last couple weeks, this thing's been going straight up to the moon. That's because of Swissy weakness. Swiss franc weakness. Swiss franc weakness is what's pushing this market up. So basically, if there was risk off tone in the market, the Swiss franc would be getting strong. This thing would be rolling over, as well as the S&P 500 moving lower, as well as the dollar moving higher, yada, yada, yada. So basically, the whole reason I took the euro yen trade was because if the yen is also a risk off asset, if risk off comes into the market, then they're going to look to buy the yen, which would make this thing roll over to the downside. And I am still short this. I got short Friday, and it's just a hedge play. I'm not looking at it as a real fantastic trade, just looking at it as a hedge play. You can see this 8-hour market structure right here. We tested it twice when we traded right back up above it. So I don't like that. You know what I mean? I don't like that at all. I would like to see at least this candle that we just opened. I would love to see this thing close down here, but we're not going to get that closure until close to the London Open. So we're just going to have to wait and see. But if the risk off comes into the market, like everyone is assuming is about to happen, then in my opinion, these two assets, Euro Swiss and Euro Yen, are both ripe for the picking simply because they've been going straight up, even with Euro weakness. And this is another thing. The DXY is going to get strong as well if risk off comes into the market. The dollar is going to catch a bid. And since the euro is so heavily weighted to the dollar, if the dollar gets strong, the euro USD is going to roll over. So that's going to add another additional amount of shorting these assets. Basically, it's going to add an additional thing of weakness because the euro in itself will be strong or weak, and then the Swiss will be strengthening up, and then you could see a nice fall off of this if that's what happens. But like I said, not looking for that to happen because last week the S&P 500 was moving lower, right? And then Friday you got a nice big huge bounce. So obviously we're going to wait and see what happens. But if this is a shortable pop in price, if they're looking to short it for another leg to the downside, I would expect Euro Yen and Euro Swiss to start moving lower. All right. So I'm already in this one. I am going to be looking for an entry on Euro Swiss. All right. As of right now, there isn't an entry. So tonight I'm going to be watching, or not tonight, but I'll probably throw out an order up here at one spot, 11128. Probably throw in an order to sell it up there and then have a wide stop loss on it with a very small position, basically giving it enough room to continue spiking higher if it wants to. If you get an hourly closure above that level and above this level right here at 11194, then the trade is probably voided. All right, now technically it can go all the way up here and still catch an area or start to catch a selling pressure to it. So we'll just have to wait and see. But you can see right here, this is opening up pretty crazy already. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. So moving on, the Euro USD got that weakness. What's up, Mick Daster, Jay Bradley? What's happening, my man? Jordan, Darren Marshall. Thank you guys for showing up. Really appreciate it. It's probably back to being blurry again because for some reason, whatever. Give me 1 second. Let me see something. Yeah, everything's plugged in. So I don't know why it did that, but whatever. All right. So Euro USD, you can see that there is an uptrend line coming into play. It got taken out. It got taken out Wednesday or Thursday. It got a daily closure below there, but you can see that there was a support level right below it as well. That caught a little bounce, and then Friday we sold right off through it, right down through it. This is what I'm talking about when I say wait for these things to show you that they're acting as support or resistance, because this candle pushed perfectly into that area. And then you had a small bounce, but then the very next candle closed below it. All right. That right there would have indicated weakness unless the next candle traded up and took out the high of that candle. But since it didn't, it took out the low. That lets us know that it's going lower. All right. It's not treating this as support or resistance. So we can see if price wants to trade back up into that level at 1.19624, this level right here, we're going to see if it wants to hold as resistance. There's not an 8-hour market structure level there. So you can go up a little bit higher. That trend line may catch as resistance if it wants to continue lower. If we start trading back above that trend line, then I have to assume that this is just moving up, or that was just a down push in a bullish market, an overall bullish market. You can see that it has been trending up for some time. So this could be an area that people are looking to buy this if they're looking for another leg higher, and it's possible. So we'll have to wait and see what's going on Euro USD. Like I said, I would much rather look for the trades on Euro Swiss and Euro Yen. Pound dollar. Let's get rid of all that nonsense. So on pound dollar, it's not nearly as weak as euro dollar. Not nearly, not even close. But yet you found support right here, and you moved up and took out that area. So this thing is just, come on. Thank you very much. So there we go. So on a daily level, we're going to look for 1.39243. We're going to see if this area holds as resistance. If the pound wants to continue lower, if this is the very beginning of a start of a market reversal heading to the downside, this would be a great area to look for possible getting short there. All right, and that'll be watched on a daily level. You go into an 8-hour time frame. Then the last one is a little bit up above that, so you can watch for that level too if you want. You get an 8-hour closure above either one of these two levels right here, then you're possibly heading higher, and you might want to look for higher low support to look for a buying opportunity. It's very extended, but you can see with the RSI just on the 8-hour time frame, it went almost all the way down to overbought with just that little bit of push down. Let's go see what the RSI looks like on the daily. Looks like you're a little bit lower than the 50 area. So yeah, this could catch support right here. Could start heading higher if buyers want to re-enter this market. It is in an uptrend. It's in an obvious uptrend, a very nice tight uptrend as well. So might be a buying opportunity coming into the market. I'm not looking to short these things. I don't think that the market's going to roll over. You could throw an area right here if you want for like a traditional style support. See if that area comes into play, but I'm going to watch these two areas first. This is going to be telling me what's going to happen for the weeks to come. If sellers re-engage the market up here and get more aggressive than the buyers and it starts to roll over, then I'll look for selling opportunities. As of right now, I can't. I just can't, because it's bullish. The market's bullish. There's the USD Jpy. It's been on an absolute tear. We caught this trade, well, right down here. When we had this push down, we were watching this candle here. Once we took out this, that was your C.T.M entry for a swing trade. And if you guys, some of you guys took it, I know, but I didn't get it either. So don't feel bad if you missed it. But that was a nice trade. We were watching for the yen to be weak. The yen was extremely weak. So let's go look real quick at the JXY, because it's coming into a relevant area. Yeah, we had a nice bout of weakness come in there. We were watching that. We were all over this asset, all over it, smoked it. So now you're coming into an area down in this area, possibly going to find some support down here. This was a nice push lower. So let this thing chill out a little bit. Once again, if there's going to be a risk off in the markets, this thing's going to go higher. All right, because they will be buying it. but you're not seeing that yet. Gold, we were looking for gold to put in a near-term bottom around this area, just based on the volume signature and the fact that it was, yeah, we're going to see what happens. This is silver, unfortunately. I'm all over the place. Sorry, guys. There we go. There's gold. So, yeah, it was extremely oversold. Still is oversold. You can see it down here. Pretty good. Oversold pretty good. All right, so yeah, looking for this thing to put in a possible near-term bottom. I thought this candle right here was going to do it, but then we got another day of bearishness. But you can see right now, this is no, this market's not open yet. So this was Friday's price action. This market doesn't open for another hour, so we're going to see what happens here. This could be a good area to look for some possible gold entries if you're looking to pick up some gold for long-term holds. Looking for inflated dollar to happen, because I mean, Powell said that he admitted it for a split second and then directly walked it back. We know that the dollar's overinflated. Obviously, inflation is here. I remember when you could buy a Big Mac meal for like $5. Now they're like $10. That's inflation. So it's here. Pound yen is still extremely strong. I'm not exactly sure. I believe I got entered on this. This is a different computer, so the entries in this computer as well, but the lines are on the other computer. But I'm thinking it's this candle. This thing is still just going off. There is no entry to do on this. All right. If there is, I mean, you can see what happens if it gets back down here to 148 spot 844. All right. If you get a test of that area and you obviously hold it, meaning you're not closing a daily or 8 hour below it, you could look for possible entries that way. You're still extremely overextended. You've been massively overbought for a long time. You are showing bearish divergence on the daily because you got a high right here. You made a higher high in price, but you made a lower high on the oscillator. All right. And you're getting that rising volume signature as well on this. So this could be getting ready to roll over. Could be. Doesn't mean it has to, guys. It's just probable that it's going to roll over shortly. Look and see if you get a resistance or a support test there. A little bit lower down here is this daily level that was tested already, beautifully tested, perfectly tested before price moved higher. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'd like that area. That's a pretty good far piece away from price right now. So can it be down there in a week if it does roll over? Yeah, it could be trading down there by Friday easily. If this thing catches some bearishness, you can get two big whopping bearish candles and take all that out. I'm not looking for bearishness, so I gotta keep stressing that because some people take little bits of information and they run with it. So still, everything is still structured bullishly. USD CAD maybe found a bottom. That's right where we said it might. So currently it has. All right. You're trading away from the area. Let's go see what that line is from. It's not that. It's not that either. There's a reason that line is there. There it is. All right. So that level's already long gone for a support test. So we have to go over here where current price is. It looks like the next one to test is going to be this one right here. All right. This bearish candle right there. If price gets down there and tests that 1.26090, doesn't close below, it's in good shape, really good shape. Looking for possible buying opportunities. I will get to the questions. Just bear with me a moment. Let me get through these things. Yeah, so on USD CAD, looking for a support test and hold at 1.26090. And I'm not doing that for dollar, more or less dollar strength, more or less CAD weakness. CAD's been on an absolute rip-roaring tear as well. CAD is not weak, not even a little bit. Where's it at? Right here. But you can go in and check it out. Like everything trading against the CAD has just been crushing it. And that has a lot to do with oil because oil has been crushing it. But we were watching CAD yen a couple weeks ago. Remember when we broke out of this up here? We were looking for that. We targeted that right there. We smoked that. Some people may still be in it. I know Gus took it. I don't know if he's still in it or not. It would be cool if he was, but I don't know. I haven't seen him lately, so we'll see. But this thing, yeah, see how much of a tear it's on. It's getting to the point to where I'm sure some profits going to be taken at some point, and you're going to start rolling over. And if that happens, then the USD CAD will move higher. So that's basically what I'm looking at on that. Let's go ahead and down here and find US oil. There she blows. US oil just absolutely destroying longs. How nice would it have been to buy this thing at zero when it was negative 39 cents? It's like a 50,000% move. Yeah. That was the trade of the year. And I said that when we sold off on the front month contract, I told everybody that this was going to be the trade of the year because oil is oil. We still use it, a lot of it, guys. That's why it's rocking and rolling. The OPEC news came out the other day and caught a nice bid from it. They're not going to change anything. They're going to leave it the way it is. So it could keep going higher, obviously. If it does keep going higher, then the CAD is going to keep going higher as well. But I'm just looking for tradable opportunities. And that's why I'm looking at USD CAD. It is a sell anywhere up in this area up here. One spot 27854. It is a sell. I mean, this is a pop in price. You look to sell it until you're taking out this market structure up here. Once you do that on a daily closing basis, you have one more right there. So maybe that would be your last ditch effort to try to put shorts on this. If you get a daily closure above that, one spot 29120, then you're shorting the wrong thing. So we won't know until it gets up there. But it might be a small buying opportunity. We don't know. I mean, the risk to the risk and reward is better to the upside because this thing was so massively oversold. So I think that it's going to go higher, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong several times before. Aussie dollar was weaker than all of them. All right. You can see the big nasty candle right there. Then we went up, retested something, possibly those highs, rolled over, made a lower close on a daily time frame. So this is going to be looked at as a selling opportunity as long as it's trading below this swing high. All right. So there's your first level. It's a doji. I don't really like it, and it's really close to near-term price. A test up here at 0.77748. I would have to watch it at that point. I get that move up to there. I'm going to be looking at this for possible selling opportunities. That's just because it showed a lot more weakness than everything else. But as long as the risk is still on in the market, this is a perfect buying opportunity on this asset. Let's go look at a weekly. That's a 3-day. Let's go to the weekly. So that was a nice trade from them on March lows as well. You've closed above that. So this is your last area. And that was a beautiful, marvelous test. This is your weekly structure level. And you went right up into that. And that's where the sellers engaged the market. Or that's where profit takers started shedding positions. Either way, it's trading lower. All right. You still haven't taken out this weekly level. So you would need this to be a weekly candle closure below that level, 0.76443, for that to be looked at as a lower low. So let's make it white and thick. That's our weekly lines right there. So that would be a target, not a target. The target would be the wick low right there. If price trades up into this, I'll be looking to get short, targeting this low down here ultimately. And that would be a great risk to reward trade if it pans out. And that's about all I had, Euro Swiss and Euro Yen. So let me attack these comments or some of them. And then if you guys got anything you want me to look at, just drop it in the chat and I'll take care of it. All right. What is up, everybody? Looking forward to this Forex analysis. I love Forex market. It's my favorite market by far. There is the most liquidity in it. I mean, you can literally buy 50, 60 lots. Just simple as smooth as silk. No slippage. What's up, Aaron? USD Yen, robust rockster. USD Jpy. I'll go look at it again real fast. But that's what we're looking for, this thing to roll over. I don't have anything closer, and I wish I did, but you can see there's just nothing on an 8-hour. All this is just down. So on a 4-hour, right there it is. That's what's holding price right now. That level right there. Boom. Let's go to thin and light gray. Then we can go back over here to near-term price. What's not holding price, but that's a level right there. You was unable to close above it. Well, you did close above it just briefly. So there's the top of it. Let's put another one on the top of it, because that's what's, I can get it just right. Oh man, I should have just left everything the way it was. Get on there. Thank you. So there's your little box. You can see you barely got to close above that level, and then straight down, reversal, boom. So yeah, look for a test of 108.448. If it goes back up there, I don't know if it will. Let's go see what we got on an hourly. Yeah, there's nothing on an hourly. So watch this level right here. Push up into 108.444. Could be a selling opportunity. There's a bullish 15-minute candle right there. That's kind of what is your near-term resistance for now, is just that 15-minute candle. You can see that they haven't been able to close even remotely close to it, and it's rolling over. Would I take that trade right now at the market open? No. The spread is 9.8 pips wide. So if you enter a sell right here, right now, where would you be entered? Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's use the right one. It just won't let me do it. But 9 pips is pretty low. Let's try it one more time. Especially on this asset, because the pips are wide. So you'd be entered all the way down there. Boom. If you sold it right now, that's where you would go. That's why I don't, wait for that to close. By that time, it could be trading higher. It could also be trading lower. That's the thing with selling, trying to buy or sell at market open. You have to deal with stuff like that. The spread is always wide. But watch that level, 108.448. You almost got caught with my name. Yes. That's why I love your name, because I know what you're doing there. McDaster. It's great. You almost got me. Absolutely. What's up, Justin Parker? Stream Lurker, what's happening? Can't stay for the stream. That's okay. That's all right. No hard feelings, guys. If you can't stay, you can't stay. I got nothing. This thing will be on YouTube for months and years and forever. You can catch it whenever you want. Hello, could you look at V chain? It looks super bullish. Absolutely. Let's go look at V chain. I don't know the ticker. There it is. Finance. I thought for sure this was on Kraken too. I might be wrong. It's trading thick. Like the liquidity is nice and thick on Binance anyways. That's a 5-minute chart, and it looks like Forex. Yeah, it is extremely bullish. So if you close their daily above 0.05325.525, then yeah, it's bullish. People are going to be selling up here just because that's what people do. It hasn't really given you an opportunity to enter the trade. Like, it hasn't tested any. I guess there was your entry. That's the only entry that I see on the trade currently. This wick lower, testing that daily structure, was your entry, and that's it. It has not given you an entry since, and you don't want to enter it up here either. So hopefully you're in it already, Rich. Lower. If you're looking to get in, first watch what it does around this daily candle. If it closes below or above it, how whatever it does. All right, so that's going to close in 1 hour. any close up here is good, because this is your entire resistance. You can see since this candle closed, you have not been able to close the daily above it. You did briefly right there, very, very small. So closing a daily candle above 0.054766 is good. All right, it's definitely good. It's definitely constructive. And then you can look for a possible retest of this lower level here. All right, anything test into that 0.052864. It'd be a good area to look for possible entries. And then obviously this level all the way back down here. If it gets all the way back down there, I don't know if I'd be wanting to jump all over it at that point, but it's got momentum. Yeah, if it closes here or lower, it's going to be printing bearish divergence. So keep that in mind. If it closes here or lower, it's going to print bearish divergence. There's your RSI, obviously making lower highs. This thing making hasn't made a higher high yet, but it's working on it. So just keep that in mind. I don't pay too much attention to bearish divergence and all that nonsense. It works sometimes, sometimes it don't. It's like everything in trading. Everything works, just not all the time. Oh, excuse me. Had to get a drink. What's up, Maddie? Dave Bacon. Because of WTI, yep. Did you catch any of that oil rally, bro? No, I did not. Nope, I sure did not. I wanted to, but I didn't. I can't trade crude oil or WTI or US oil. I would have to trade it using stocks, oil stocks, but I did not catch it. Did you guys see EuroCAD breakdown? Looks like C.T.M. Looks like a C.T.M. like entry coming up. Let's go look at it. Absolutely. Yeah, I was shorting the snot out of this thing not too long ago. Not that right here. Was shorting it real good, especially with the CAD strength. Look at that. Just boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that was a beautiful, beautiful short. You have closed below this Friday. You closed below all of that. And you still have not taken out the target. That's the target. The wick low is the target. That was your support. This is now your target. So how I would trade it, I don't really see a C.T.M. entry. Let's go look at an 8-hour. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to enter a short down here, but I would love to see a nice bullish pop, possibly up to one spot, 51.47. Let's get rid of all these lines. Put one on here right there. Not there. What am I doing? There. Boom. Hourly push up into that area. As long as you're not closing an hourly candle above that area, be an area to look to enter a short. We'll go back to the daily and get that target. This is the lowest one. That is the target. I look for that to be taken out this week, unless CAD turns around. If CAD turns around, this is going to turn around. So watch this level right here. You can see you're so close to taking out that target. So probably what would happen, since it's so oversold, is maybe they go down, they take the target out, and then they run it back up. But as long as it's not, if it hasn't taken that out yet, when I wake up in the morning, I'm going to be looking at it. It's going to struggle right here first, but I would much rather have that deeper correction, as you can get a stop over this high at least, looking for that target to go away. That would offer up way better than a risk 2-to-1 risk to reward anyways. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. 2.75 risk to reward. A little better because it's stopped. So damn near exactly a 3-to-1 risk to reward taken from that candle right there. So that's the candle I would be looking for short. And that's only if it's not closing an hourly above it. It is definitely bearish, though. Has been bearish for a long time. I shorted it on this move here, I believe. Took out that was my target. and it was great trade. And then it caught me once. The last time I traded it, it actually caught me. It stopped me out. So I haven't looked at it since. There's been a lot of stuff to look at. Tons of opportunities. Not last week, though. Not last week. Last week, I only took one trade. Where did that go? I just seen that gold comment. There it is. Gold. Yeah, let's go look at gold. I forgot to look at gold. I got confused when I was looking at silver, and I don't know what happened. Just bear with me. It's one of those days. Nothing's going right, Dag. It's all right, though. That's still silver. Come on, man. The gold, yeah, it looks like it's going. Maybe we want to see this thing put in a low at some point. It's still bullish. I mean, technically, but this is the thing. Since August of last year, August the 6th, 2020, this thing has been going down. Every time it gets a bullish push, sellers re-engage, and they have been firmly in control of this asset. So I'm of the standing that as long as something is doing, you keep doing it, all right, until it's broken. So every time price gets pushed up, sellers are re-engaging. But this is different because of the RSI, because of the volume structure. It's just, it looks like it could be a near-term low. And I could absolutely be wrong. This thing can push up to 1725 spot 51, this level right here, and then get resold right back down. And then taken out that low that it just made last Friday. This low right here. So I don't know. I definitely want to see a daily closure above this swing high before I'm going to look for bullish entries on gold. I'm not really even worried about it if I don't catch it. I got burned on the silver play, obviously. It looked like it was going to go up, and then boom. Nope. So those puts expired worthless, but it's all good. That's trading. Did it close below that? Barely. It just barely closed below that. That's so weird. 2 days you pushed below the level, and then Friday you did get that closure, but it was just barely. So let's watch silver. Let's see what happens. This might be a buying opportunity on silver or coming up soon. Still structured to the upside. It's no longer trading in its channel. Like if you try to put a trend line on there, you can definitely see that it busted that. Definitely busted that. Yeah, so we lost that. Yeah, I'm going to stay away from metals for a minute. I'm going to let them suss out what's going on here because it looked like silver was going to make a bullish run, and it totally did not. Totally did not. And the momentum currently, or at least from last week, is to the downside. So just be careful if you're looking to trade gold or silver. Henrik on EuroCAD, I only see a support. Yeah, it's at an area where I wouldn't be looking to take any fresh shorts. Not right now. I definitely want that bullish push. What's up? How are you doing? If I take an entry on Aussie dollar, how much profit do I take into the next resistance upward? That's one of those questions that you have to answer for yourself, unfortunately. So like, first off, you're already assuming that you're taking profits. All right. When I enter a trade, I'm not looking at taking profits or taking a loss. I just enter the trade and then I wait to see what happens. But the next resistance, I'm not sure. You didn't put any levels on the chart, so I'm not sure what you're looking at. If you're calling this 77748 the next resistance, I would take a piece off, definitely. If I bought it down here Friday and it pushes up into that area, I would be looking to take partial profits off of it simply because your near-term action is to the downside. So sellers are going to look to re-enter this here. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to be right, but I promise you, there will be other people other than me shorting it right there. So, and it's not supposed to be on that candle. It's supposed to be on that candle. So sorry, 77732. That's the first area of resistance. This is not really much. It's just an hourly. So that's, well, it's not even an hourly. See how fast TradingView moves lines? Yeah, that's the level that I want to watch right there. Price gets up there, I will be looking to enter short, looking for this low down here to be taken out. So I would definitely be looking to take profits off ahead of that area. But that's not financial advice either. It's one of those things that you have to decide what works best for you. Taking profits always works best for me, and I can always re-enter the position. That's so I'm in the camp that I believe I take money. I like to take the money out of the market and try to get it out of my trading account fast as possible. Yeah, 1528. That'd probably be a good area. Hi, which is this pair? I'm not sure what you're meaning. But I'm a little bit behind on the comments as well. Yeah, I guess you guys are having a gold SPAC GLD. All right. Yeah, I'll go take a look at GLD. GLD tracks gold, so it's going to do basically, wrong keyboard. It's going to do basically everything that gold is doing, only with gaps. That's not an L. Only with gaps. Let's get some levels. All right, so that's your bottom. This is your first. Let's just get rid of those lines. This is going to be the first 8-hour candle that's going to be looked at as an area to sell. You get an 8-hour closure above that. Your next one is all the way up here. I do assume that this swing low will offer up some sort of resistance if price gets back up into that area. You can put it on the chart if you wish, something like that. But if you get an 8-hour closure above this and it's not a bull trap, meaning the next 8-hour candle goes right back down, as long as it's a bullish close, you can look for price to head up to 165.72. All right. If you get that 8-hour closure above that level, this is your next level. And then up here would be the next level. All three of those areas, there are going to be selling pressure coming into the market. All right. A nice, big, strong, bullish breakout of all that stuff right there. I would be looking for one of those areas as an area to buy, looking for support to hold. And that would be your higher low support. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for the super chat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then SPAC. SPAC. Damn it. Wrong keyboard. See, I'm so used to typing over there. Oh my God. SPAC. What the heck is this thing? Am I even on the right thing? No, I am not. What the heck? SPAC. That's why. I don't see that. SPAC. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. That's not it. That's Omeg. So if you don't mind, Mr. Brian Rubin, if you could throw the ticker in the chat, I will look at it. But that's not showing up as anything, unfortunately. Andy, any thoughts on XAU, XAG? That's weird. XAU, XAG. I've never traded it, but I will look at it for you, my friend. XAU, XAG. So silver is definitely stronger than gold. There is no doubt about that. Dang. And has been for a long time. Because gold is, gold is the base currency and silver is the quote currency on this asset. So silver's stronger. This is a weekly. Looks like it has found a bottom. So basically, there was something right there, is what it was. All right, so we can the charts tell a story, and that's basically what when I go back and I look at this stuff right here, and then I find out what it's doing, then it basically is just telling me what it did. So that was your weekly area to get a close below. It was the last area to get a close below, and you attempted it, and then you got it. Very next week was basically kind of like a morning star, but it didn't close bullish. But look at that big bullish move you got off of it that week, took out that week and that week. So let's go into a smart time frame chart and see if you can look for bullish entries. This is that line, so I would expect that line to act as some sort of support. That is an 8-hour structure level, but it's only a doji, and I don't like dojis. But if you get a push down into 66.107 or 66.580, look for that area to hold on an 8-hour time frame on an 8-hour closing basis. As long as you're not closing below this level down here, you could be finding higher low support. If you do get that closure below that, then it's coming down here, and then ultimately it's going to take that target out right there. Excuse me. But you've gotten a nice bullish pop, but so has the dollar and everything else. So this could just be another selling opportunity. You can see what I see right there, don't you? There's your last bullish candle. Price rolled over. Look at that flawless test. Sellers re-engaged there. This is what I'm trying to teach you guys, how to re-engage or how to engage these markets. This is how. So you can see that was a beautiful tradable bounce. Even if you were scalping this thing, you made a little bit of money right there. You can get out. Boom. We can do that. Repeat that process 2-3 times a week. Keep the money. You'll be a profitable trader. So look for, sorry, I got sidetracked, but look for that area to hold. One of these two areas would be an area that I would watch looking for bullish entries. Unless that gets taken out. Get it together, Heath. Yeah, I know. What's up tonight? Maybe I need to go make a drink. BTC breaking out, but too late to enter now. Yes, I love to see you say that because that means you're learning. It absolutely is too late. I'm trying to remember where I had it. Absolutely too late to enter now. It's not breaking out. It's still being held by that resistance. It's actually struggling at resistance still. So entry, where do you want to enter? Look for 48,793 spot 37. I can remove all these drawings. I can put them right back on the chart right there. Boom. 48,793 spot 37. Look for that area to hold. If it holds the support, could be a bullish entry. And you got several hourly candles there as well. Or a couple, not several, but you got one right above it. This one right here was tested by this candle, but it does get you underneath these stops. So if Bitcoin is unable to make this bullish push now, because they're going to be selling it, sellers are selling any test of that $51,019 area, 51,019 area, sellers are selling it. If it gets down here, I would look for bullish opportunities, but it has to be closing hourlies above that level. If it's closing even one hourly candle below that, the bullish entry is gone. Where did you go? There you go. The silver play is quite dynamic. Yes, I agree. Quite dynamic. Hey, you're welcome, Ed. It is my pleasure, my friend. SPAC, Special Purpose Acquisition Company. Yeah, SPAC is SPAQ, I think. SPAQ, but it's not a ticker. It's what it is. Like, it's what they're using SPACs to basically come into the market. So I'm not sure which SPAC are you talking about, basically, is my question. Which SPAC play are you talking about, Elias? I'm looking for got rid sell. Got rid sell. Not sure what that means, Andy. Thanks for the update, Heath. Came in late, but I'll review later. Hey, that's quite all right, my friend. Quite all right. It's all good. Can you look at Tesla? Thanks. Absolutely. I was waiting for someone to ask for Tesla. Oh, what am I doing? Damn it. I'm like a rookie up here. I think I even have it somewhere because I took a trade on it the other day. Ooh. Damn, it took out that low. That's where I took that trade. I got out of some of the shares. I kept some of it because I hold Tesla long term, but I was basically taking a day trade on that. It was a nice entry. I even took it on the paper account as well because I liked it so much, but I didn't make a video of it being followed or recorded the actual trade. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, you're still holding this uptrend line. It's a longer term uptrend line. Let's go look at it real quick so I can show you how I got it. It's just from this low that was put in on the 29th of June 2020, and then this low right here just before the gap up. And so far, that's where price is being held. Let's go look at the weekly 21 EMA because I am sure we touched it again. That was basically, yeah, we got a weekly closure below it. It's not good. I don't like that. But it can catch resist or support. This could be support. This could be an area to add a few more shares to your portfolio if you're a long-term holder on Tesla, because I believe, like many other Tesla bulls, that Tesla will be worth a lot more money than this. It's kind of hard to put it into perspective because it has grown so much, so fast. All of the end of last year and all of this year has just been going straight up. So it's kind of hard to think like, oh, it can't go much higher. But man, if they lock up the energy share and all that other stuff that they're working on, this thing can be trading at $2,000-$3,000 a share easily, right up there with Amazon. Absolutely. So if you want to add up some shares or a piece of a share, however you do it, right now might be a good spot. Would be a good spot. But since I added up there, I will wait until if it comes lower, I'll put some more on. This is just a pullback. It's a very strong pullback because it was just so bullish. When things start to get massively overextended to one side or the other, it doesn't mean if it's to the upside or to the downside. If it gets massively extended like this, the chances of the other side coming in hard and strong is a lot more probabilistic. But this thing didn't just have a blow off top either. It traded sideways for 5 weeks before it started heading lower. This was a nasty weekly candle right here, but that's because of all the stops that get taken out. Because you got retail traders buying this right here, looking at this as a bull flag, and then boom, 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 boom. It just starts taking them all out. Might be a good area to enter. I love Tesla long term, 5-10 years out. I'm not talking about any. Brian mentioned a SPAC. I just was trying to clear up the confusion. If we must look at one, we can look at PSTH. I have a few shares, good vibes. Hey, my man, let me go look at that for you. Yeah, I'm glad you. Yeah, I was very confused. Extremely. You cleared it up for me too. I appreciate that. PSTH. Let's go check it out. Ooh, big, strong wick to the downside. Dag. I'm sure a lot of people got smoked on that, but it looks good now. You're trading above the 21 EMA on a weekly. There's not much data on it as it is a SPAC, like he mentioned. So it is a new company. Just came out on the 8th of September, which isn't that far ago. This is a weekly chart. So you know, it's barely populating that 21 EMA, but it closed above it, and that's only good. It's only good. All right. It's anything over a 21 EMA on a closing basis on a weekly chart is bullish. There is no if, and, or buts about it. Let's go to a daily. So the daily, that was a nice outside day, aka engulfing, bullish engulfing. Beautiful. Yeah, you're probably gonna get some momentum off of that. Now the daily 21 is right above it, but I don't really give too much cares about that. People are bots and algorithms, and other people will be looking to sell a test of this, especially if it's unable to close above it on a daily closing basis. But with the looks of that Friday candle looks good. That doesn't look more like a dead cat bounce. That looks like we waited till it got lower and then we bought it. Boom, there it goes. Now you look for a lower or a higher low to be put in. Like maybe Monday, Tuesday, we'd come down to 25.52. Look for that to hold a support. That's pretty good, strong, bullish action coming off of those lows. So test here might be a buying opportunity, looking for continuation to the upside. Thank you so much for the super chat, Darren Marshall. I really appreciate that, my man. Thanks for taking the time to do both live sessions this weekend. Great content as always. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it so much, so very much. I do these videos for you guys. I'm trying to learn your short-term entries. Is this right? Look for areas of support resistance. Look for wicks below, then close above those levels. Enter next bar at the market. You can do that. You absolutely can do that. Just make sure when you're taking those trades, you're not risking more than 0.5% of your total account's equity. All right. So that way you can miss several times without putting a big dent in that equity curve. But yes, that's basically what I do. Absolutely. So you are learning. Yep. And then, like I said, it's like everything with trading. It doesn't work all the time. Okay. It works, but not all the time. Once you start to get a better idea of what you're looking at, like, I can't really explain it. Just having chart time, just having experience in the charts, watching it over and over, you will learn different things that tend to happen. Just keep in mind that candles can only go one of three ways. That's an edge. All right. That is an edge. You know that. So that's a fact. That's a fact. It can only go up, down, or sideways. And that can help. But when I'm looking at these entries like this, like you can look at this, came in, tested that, and it rejected. So that rejection right there was kind of a confirmation in a sense that this was a green candle. Remember, was a nice, big, strong green bullish candle. You got such a strong rejection out of that area that it closed down here. So as soon as you got another push up into that area, that's my cue. That's my entry. That's the market saying, hey, get in this thing. It's possibly going lower, or at least the probabilities are pointing to that fact. And I got in it. All right. I'm still in it. My stop is at break even at this point because I took some off at the low, I think. Actually, I can't even remember. No, I did not. I don't think. No, because I'm still looking to enter Euro Swiss as well. And it looks like it's going to give me that opportunity. It looks like it's going to give me that opportunity. But like I said, though, on these two trades, on Euro Swiss and Euro Yen, if I'm wrong about risk off coming into the market, these things are going to shoot right through those levels. I will be stopped out on Euro Yen, and this will not give you an entry opportunity. If I'm right about risk off coming into the market, which I don't want to be right about that ever. But if I am, then this will be the trade to take, in my opinion, because you have so much downside to go. Like this is never really a good tradable asset. This thing chops around so much and just sideways all the time. Big, strong, bullish move out of there. Boom. Lots of stops got smoked on that. So, yeah, it's up so high. The risk, in my opinion, on this asset is to the downside. So I want to look to take some short entries on it if it gives me an opportunity. But yeah, keep it up. Just keep on learning. You're going to get there. I promise. What Forex paid you watching doesn't this week? Great. All right. What Forex paid you watching closest? Oh, which Forex pair am I watching closest this week? Euro Swiss, Euro Yen for sure, USD JPY, USD CAD, and Euro Dollar. Basically, everything on this green list I watch. Whenever I do these streams or anything that's on this green list, this is the stuff I'm looking for the week to come. I also have ETH XBT on there as it gave you that entry that we were watching. All right. Mentioned yesterday. Look for an entry if price trades back down into this area here. Doop. See ya. That was your entry. Now, there is no entry now, but this was an entry. Playing out perfectly. Perfectly. As most of the time this stuff does. That's why the channel's growing. People see value in the stuff that I'm teaching. There is nothing for sale on this channel. I mean, there is a link for Jordan's course down there, and there's some other stuff if you want to donate to the channel. It's appreciated, but the info is freely given. You do not have to donate, ever. I'm glad you guys are here. I appreciate it. I'm doing it because I want to see people succeed. That's the reason. There's a lot of stuff out there that's steering people the wrong direction. This is at least going to get you on the right direction. It will be up to you to make a profitable trading strategy. I'm just giving you the ropes, basically showing you how to take a punch. Thank you, Andy. Thank you so much. Sonic's High Heath managed to join the live session at last. At last. Thank you for making it, Sonic's. Could you look at VWS on XTRA? I'm a long time holder and adding to position, but recently like catching a falling knife. When will it end? All right, so I'm not familiar with that asset. VWS. And you said on extra, maybe XETR. I'm going to assume this is what you mean on XETR. If I'm wrong, just drop it in the chat. Yep, it has been unfortunately falling very hard. Let's go look at a long term because you said you're a long term holder. That's a nasty weekly candle. Has any news came out on this thing that you know of? Because this is a stock. If any news has come out on this that's causing people to exit their positions so rough like that, then no, you don't want to look for entries. Not yet. You want to wait for that to die down. However, there is a weekly level right here that I would be watching. But if you've been watching the channel for a long enough time now, you know you just don't blindly buy this. You make sure that it holds a support. That level is kind of far from near-term price. It's at 130.15, but it's the only thing I can see. Now, you have a wick low here, so they may take that out first. If they take that out, then I would assume you would get that test of that level. At that point, I would look for, maybe a small position. That wouldn't be a bad place to look. You could do a fib retracement on the whole leg up if you want. I mean, once it got a bid on it, this thing just rock and rolled. There was no stopping it. So something has changed to cause this momentum to the downside. Obviously, something happened. I'll look it up and see if you can find any news on it. But look for 130.15. Let's go into a daily area and see if we can find something a little bit closer. You are testing a daily structure as of Friday right there. Boom. And look how it held price. Like price just, I'm going to go down. Oh, the market's about to close. All right, this looks like a good spot to stop. Hit the brakes right there on that level. So you might not go lower. I would assume this will get taken out first before it turns around. But find out what caused the harsh sell-off before you look to enter. And if there is nothing, if this is just similar to a blow-off top, like it went too high and it needed a strong pullback, and the pullback just got out of hand is what it looks like, then you may be able to find a buying opportunity. 138.90, 130.15. Anyone know why Tesla wicked up like that on the daily, weekly, but not intraday? How does that work? Let me see if I can figure out what you're thinking of. A weekly candle is price action. It's what happened. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Let's see what you're saying. Yeah. Got you. Yeah, that's just a glitch on TradingView's part. That's not real price. And that sucks because it looks like it is, but it's definitely not. You're right. It did not do that intraday. Yep, good call. I didn't even see that nasty wick to the upside. I was only looking at the lower targets or lower areas. But yeah, that's just TradingView. TradingView does that sometimes. Not all charting platforms do it. Thinkorswim, I don't know if Thinkorswim has the wick. I don't have Thinkorswim opened. But yeah, it's just, that's all it is. It's just a mess up. A mess up on their part. I'm long euro, or I'm long, yeah, I'm thinking you're saying euro yen, but I've already took 1/3 profit and my stop loss is at break even. Not sure if I should tighten my stop loss and risk losing my position or let it ride. Just because you're long and I'm looking to get short doesn't mean that I will be right. So first off and foremost, if you like the position, if you think it's going to go higher, hold your ground. That's all you can do. You've already taken off 1/3 of the position, moving the stop to break even. That means you cannot lose any money on the trade. So I don't see any reason why you need to do anything other than let it ride. Don't get caught up in watching unrealized P&L, because unrealized P&L it's unrealized. It's not real. So people see it and they freak out all the time. What? Because they want to keep that unrealized P&L, but it's to manage a trade successfully. Chances are not chances are, it's 100% fact. You're not going to catch the entirety of the move. If you do, it'll be like once or twice in your entire career. You just have to take profits. The amount of profits, as long as it's profits, it does not matter. The goal of this is to be profitable. But I think you're okay. Like I said, I could be absolutely wrong. And I would hate for you to exit that position just because I'm looking at it to go lower. Remember, the only reason I'm looking at it to go lower is if the risk off tone comes into the market. Only then am I looking for this to go lower. If there is no risk off coming into the financial markets, this thing's going to go higher and you may be positioned well. So just hang tight. What's up, Louie? Had a great weather in Florida today. Yeah, we always have great weather. Always. I love it down here. I am a Florida boy, born and raised. Love it. I'm a salty man. Hello, Heath. I see a falling wedge pattern on gold 8-hour chart. Just curious. I will go check that out for you. Ajith is my man. Him and Tom, they always comment on every single video, every single time. I can always count on them too. Thank you so much for your support, Ajith. Let me go look at that for you real quick. A falling wedge pattern in a gold 8-hour chart. Just curious. I kind of see it. I'm assuming you're talking about something like this. What the heck was that about? Well, let's get rid of these lines first. Something like this. Nope. Maybe from up here, you would get that wedge pattern to the low. I don't like that. Yeah, I mean, that's as good as I can get it. It's a very tight one. Very tight. So I wouldn't really consider this breaking out of a wedge pattern. I wouldn't consider that a wedge pattern. I might not have my chart the way you have yours. So apologies for that. But yeah, if I wouldn't consider that a wedge pattern, a breakout of a wedge pattern. That trend line is being broke above right now, but it's so steep, almost parabolic to the downside. Those trend lines will be the first ones to go. All right. This is the area that we need to get above right here on gold. You got to get above 1710 spot 91 on an 8-hour closing basis if you're bullish gold. All right. And then the next move is to get above the swing high right here. All right. That's your next area of resistance. So we got to get above that. Once you get above that, then you can look for a possible pullback and look for higher low support to be found. But it is currently breaking out above that steep trend line. But currently breaking out isn't the same as broke out either, because it has to close always above those levels. If you're a pattern trader and you like looking at head and shoulders and patterns like that, the pattern isn't successful until you get closures. Hi Heath, they've laid some people off, but is wind energy and V bullish before? Was very bullish before. Let's go look at it. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know the ticker for wind energy. Oh, it's wind. Is that it? Just wind? Yeah, I don't think that's it. That's a spider. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know the ticker for that. If you can give me the ticker symbol, I will look at it for you. Sonics. I love being here live. Heath is the night owl. Ha ha ha. No, I know it's your afternoon. Australian Monday morning. Whoop whoop. Nice. Yeah, the market's open. The business is open. I do it late. I don't know. Sometimes I could do them in the morning or whatnot, but everybody else is doing them in the morning, and I don't want to compete with anybody like Jordan, for instance, or anybody. I give Brandon. They want to do theirs during the day. I do mine at the evening, and I'm a trader. I'm always trading. It just works out better for me. The whole reason I did the Forex Weekly Outlook at 5 o'clock is because the market's open. And then I can do the Crypto Weekly Outlook whenever. It doesn't matter. But thank you for being here, as always, my friend. Path, what's happening? Just got here late from the stream. Any chance we can consider BTC a currency and take a peek at it? Get your thoughts. Absolutely. Always for you, Path. Pathinen's been in the community for a long time. BTC, I think I have it on the purple one. There it is. But yeah, if you can give me that ticker for wind energy, I will look at it for you, Sonics. Yeah, Bitcoin, we're fighting with this area right here, right now, Path. This last closing up here, this is what it's currently having trouble closing above. A closing above that would be absolutely strong and great. Near term, you made a low down here, then you made a higher high. You did take out the high, but if I move this line over here, look at that. You did not close above it. So this was looked at as lower high support or higher low support. They bought it and it's moving up and it's testing it. The fact that you came all the way down here and you're now testing that line, it looks like we're going to break it. It does look like Bitcoin is going to break the line, meaning it looks like we're going to get this candle closing above. There's 46 minutes left on this closure. Let's go look at a smaller time frame. Yeah, it got a front ran. It didn't even come all the way down to here. It's already being bought and being tested again. This could be dollar moving lower. Dollar weakness would bring upon Bitcoin strength. Dollar doesn't have to be weak for Bitcoin to get strong, though. Bitcoin is the king of all assets, in my opinion. It's the best thing in the world. The best asset in the world. So that's what we're struggling with right now. We need to get that closure, wait for that closure to happen. And then if you want to look for entries, if you get that closure, look for something similar to what happened on the 1 hour chart. Like we pushed up into the area, we consolidated, and then we rotated lower. This was your opportunity to buy. Now, I wouldn't have bought that because it did not come all the way down and test that 1 hour structure. And there's not even anything there on a 5 minute. Well, I guess there's this candle, but it didn't even, so for whatever reason, it caught support right there. So we can't see the future. We have to let price show us what's up. Right now, Bitcoin, it's making a run above that resistance. And that would be extremely awesome if you get that closure. Because people are going to see this similar as an inverse head and shoulders, I guess, possibly. So this is also the neckline for that. I don't trade patterns. This is the resistance that it's struggling with. Closure above that. Bitcoin's moving higher. And I love it. Love it. But you are the man. Thank you for being here, Pat. Is it better to start trades FX on Tuesday? Heinrich, I don't like to trade on Sunday ever. I have taken trades on Sunday, and if a setup is a really good setup and it happens on Sunday, I will execute that trade. Tuesday is, a lot of people assume the market turns around on Tuesday, and sometimes it does. Turn around Tuesday, or some people call it Taco Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes it does. Mondays give opportunities. I'm trading Monday morning, bright and early. I am in my lab, or right here in the laboratory, right where I'm sitting right now. I'll be sitting here at 6 a.m. in the morning, waiting for this market to open, or for the New York session to open. So what day you take trades on, that's going to be a personal preference. It's not better or less better to wait until Tuesday to take trades. No, I wait for opportunities to present themselves. It doesn't really matter what day it is, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion and my preference. You may find a different preference in your trading style. Learning how to do technical analysis is the simple part of trading. A lot of people think it's the hardest part. It's not. Learning TA, that's the simple part. The hardest part is your emotions. Learning how to deal with your emotions, learning how to counteract your emotions. That's a big part of trading. Learning proper risk management, that's a huge part of trading. Like, I hate to say it because it's so cliched, and that's what you hear all the time, over and over and over again. But it's the truth, unfortunately. It's the truth. That's the hardest part of trading. So once you get those things under control, man, the show is yours. Gotta go. We'll catch up later. Hey, thank you, Ed, for being here. Really appreciated it. Have a great night and the rest of your week. 1678 by Friday. Not sure. We'll have to see. Do you think the S&P 500 turned the corner? Do you foresee stocks will have a green week? I don't know. I think it was just a pullback. I do think that it was a strong push up. Oh, it's on the green one. Sorry. Had a strong push up. So yeah, I think any lower push, let's go find a smaller one. Oh man, I don't like that. I do not, but it is your area. There's your first level, 3777. And then obviously this right here is going to act as some kind of support. Price gets back down to one of those two levels. I do believe it will be a buying opportunity. Yes. Yep. I do. I think this was just a pullback. I did not see anything to make the S&P 500 fall like that. It's just like everything else. It's basically on going up all the time, straight up for years, and a correction is needed. But we'll see. Like I said, I've been wrong before. Great time for Aussies. That's awesome. Glad you could be here. All right. Thanks, Heath. Thanks a bunch. It's great to see your channel growing, and also seem to be getting more and more comfortable doing YouTube videos. Love to see it. Yeah, like I had a little bit of technical difficulties today, but that was my own fault. I was trying to change it up at the end of or right at the beginning of the session, trying to make the video quality better. You'd be surprised at how many people doesn't watch the videos because of that. But I don't blame them. You know what I mean? I'm trying to fix it. It's beyond my abilities to fix it. I'm working on it with the cable company, but they're not helping. So I was just trying anything. But yeah, it's growing consistently every day. I have new subscribers, sometimes just one or two, but it's consistently going up. The equity curve for the YouTube channel is doing good, if there was one. But yeah, it's doing all right. It's all because of you guys. All because of you guys. Thank you so much. Futures opening green, DXA, DXY down. Looks like risk on for now. Yeah, I assume that's going to happen, but yeah, I'm getting ready to wrap it up too. Aldo, thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to wrap it up here because I don't have anything else to talk about. If you got something you wanted me to look at, better drop it in there pretty quick because I'm about to take off. Got to start looking at some charts, looking at these things. But you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chats. As always, it's much appreciated, guys. All right. So we will talk to you next time. Make sure you trade smart. Make sure you trade safe. And happy trading, everybody. We'll see you on the next trade. If I take a trade this week. Talk to you later.